stable. Oh yes, no label. Oh yes, you know me. I have only a past. I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win, yeah.
All right, looks like we are live. What is up, YouTube? It is your brother in success, Chris Celeste, the host of A Look Behind the Curtain with Chris. And today you're on episode 14. Very excited to be here today. With every guest, I get to have an amazing conversation. But the conversation that we're going to have today, I think, is one of the most needed conversations, not only inside of the veteran community, but just in general. The topic we're going to be discussing today is something that we are not taught in schools. We are not taught through society or growing up, but the rare few of us actually go out and learn these things ourselves. And it truly is a key to freedom, not only financial freedom, but time freedom, location freedom, and the true essence of the word. And so really, really excited to be diving into today's topic. But as you guys are jumping on, say what's up. What is up, Matt Kelly? Good to see you. Giving you some love. So awesome, brother. Awesome. We got Michael. What's on the line? What's going on, brother? As you guys are jumping on, definitely say what's up. Let me know where you're coming in from. Your engagement always adds to the show. If you have any questions, if anything pops up for you that kind of has that light bulb for you, share it with us in the comments. We'll put it up on the screen, give you guys a shout out. And if you have any questions, we can address them right here live. It's one of the perks of showing up on the call live. But if you are here on the replay, definitely make sure that you put replay into the comments and comment your biggest takeaway as well. And make sure you smash that subscribe button. If you've been following the channel at all, you know that as of this week, the media team took over the YouTube channel. I am no longer doing the editing. I'm no longer doing the SEO, none of that stuff. I have now hired a media team to do it. And so I'm super excited to see what they do and to kind of root them on as they grow this channel and help me to get even more amazing veteran stories out to the world. And so really excited about that. So definitely keep an eye out because we have 3 videos a week and the media team is all over it. So subscribe. We got tons of amazing stuff coming. Now, like I mentioned, today's topic is one that I believe is much needed, and not only in the veteran community, but in the world. And the gentleman I am going to bring out here today, I had the opportunity to meet almost a year ago, actually be a year in next month. And I met him at a very high-end mastermind. The people who were in that room, himself included, paid a significant amount of money to be there and have made a significant amount of money in their life to even be welcomed into that room. And so really excited to hear from somebody who has such a unique story, who has such a wealth of knowledge when it comes to financial education. But before we do introduce him to the show, we need to talk about the show sponsor. And so this show, Look Behind the Curtain with Chris, would not exist without Operation Veteran Freedom, or as we call it, the OVF. It is a company that is designed to help veterans build hope, find a new mission, find a new purpose, and unlock their potential and freedom through entrepreneurship. And if you guys are interested in doing that, if you've been struggling since you got out of the military, we actually have a huge free workshop that we're doing at the end of this month. You can register for free. Registration is open. Links down in the description. And with all that being said, that is all the housekeeping. So I am very excited. What is up, Sam? What is up, David? Please, guys, do me a huge favor and helping me bring to the call. So I am very excited. We're getting some backup here. Let me see. Get rid of that. So the gentleman I'm going to bring out to the call here today, like I mentioned, I met him just almost a year ago. We connected instantly from a military background. He's still currently serving in the Army. He is a master sergeant in the United States Army. However, through his own personal journeys, through his own personal struggles and triumphs, with credit, with business building, with funding, with financing, investments, and failing and striving along the way, he really found a passion within himself to help others to not fall flat on their face, to kind of overcome some of these pitfalls and to truly understand what it takes to have financial literacy, financial education. He and his team have over 100,000 hours of out-of-the-box credit solutions logged in. He also is going to be very soon releasing a software, him and another guest that we had, Mr. Cody Wallace. You can go back and watch his episode. They're releasing a software here that's actually going to allow you to find business funding based on 150 points of data. I'm not going to talk anymore on that subject. We're going to bring the man himself out to the call to talk more on that. He is way more qualified. So guys, do me a huge favor and give a huge round of applause and welcoming to the show, Mr. Carlos Estrada Vega. What is up, brother?
What's going on, guys? I'm very happy to be here, excited, and man, you're doing a great job, Chris. Oh, thank you for having me.
I appreciate that, brother. And like I said, man, I'm really excited to chat with you. I'm
Awesome,
excited to
awesome.
chat with every guest, and every veteran. However, the topic that you bring, the knowledge you bring, the value you bring, I believe it's one of the top 3 things needed inside the veteran community, and the world. And so, really excited. Before we dive into your area of expertise, man, Master Sergeant in the Army, you've put some years in, but where did it start for you? Let's hear a little bit about the background. Where do you
Right.
come from? Were you always going to join the military? And a little bit about your backstory.
Man, I have a very interesting life. First of all, thank you for having me. Hey, thank you for everybody for being here today. So I appreciate it. Very humble to be here. I never thought that I would be where I am today, but when I first came to the United States, I was 16 years old. So I came from South America. One of my biggest dreams was to play baseball. I did. I played minor leagues, and I ended up almost getting to the major leagues. But guess what? Like always, something happens. I got a tore shoulder and I couldn't continue playing. So the next big thing for me was I wanted to follow my dad's steps. My dad was a Marine, not in the United States, but back in Venezuela. And I did. And I found the one of the military branches. I said, I need to go to the toughest one. I need to prove myself and to my family that I'm able to do it. Well, guess what? I loved it. I loved it. I did 4 years, but just like when we all go in, it's fun. You make money. You're a kid. First time you travel. I mean, you do some crazy stuff. I found a passion in within. Became a grunt. I became a sniper. I did some amazing things, and everything that little by little I developed more for with the military. And to this day, I still got a friend of mine that he's like my best friend, better than my own brothers. He lives in California. Well, this is the guy that actually pulled me out of the wreck, which I almost died. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today. So that's the type of brotherhood that we develop. That if this guy needs something from me today, hey, I'm picking up and going to help him whatever he needs. So that's where I was. So I did amazing things within the Marine Corps. 6 deployments between Iraq and Afghanistan. In 2006, they wanted to send me again. So I decided to get out of the Marine Corps, because one of the things the Marine Corps has is that if they would have wanted you to have a wife or a family, they would have issued it to you. So, so I met the woman that I wanted to be with back then, and we wanted to get married, have kids. So I chose to get out of the Marine Corps, but still continue with the military and join the Army. So 2006 to today, I've been in the military. I took this. I loved it. It's just time for me to move on. I've learned a lot. I think I've been able to impact and influence many lives within the military, but it's time for me to take what I have learned and now also impact the world. So throughout all of this ins and outs from the military and learning from myself, I also wanted to learn about real estate investments. You got to understand, coming from South America, from a third world country, we didn't have anything. Like my mom had to come to the United States to help us get fed back home. So that's what we were. I used to wear my dad's and uncles and friends' clothes, and I will pass them down to my brothers and sisters. So, and guess what? So that's where I came from, and I wanted, like everybody else that come to the United States, you come to the land of the dream. You have so many dreams over here. You want to actually make sure you realize them, and I always wanted that, not only for me but for my family. And I said, look, I'm not going to fail. That's something that I was able to learn from the military, like a lot of us. Hey, I never quit. Doesn't matter how it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I will find a way. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room, but I want to surround myself by them. So this is why Chris met me in one of these masterminds. I didn't know what I was doing there. I know that I needed to be there, and that's where I take. I know where I need to go. I know who I need to be meet, because I know that's the person or those people that are going to take me forward And and I could continue talking, man. So I don't want to steal your thunder. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, it's all about you, honestly. I just
Yeah.
like to listen. So, you know, you do the Marine Corps, not really suitable for having a family. You switch to the
Yeah.
Army, a little bit more suitable.
Uh-huh.
You're still in, you're cranking out, but you have a calling for real estate. You have a calling for investments. You have a calling for the finances. Where did that come from? Where did that originate? Where does that desire to educate yourself on finances come from?
Well, it came from not having anything, not wanting to fail, the fear to ending up where I was before, but also to help out my family. But at the same time, seeing it if my peers, my subordinates in the military, that unfortunately, I mean, we served so much for the country, we gave so much, but we are not taught finances, how to
Mhm.
balance a book, how to invest, how to even fix your credit. I mean, I have two masters, which I don't know why I went to school again. That's another conversation. But I have an MBA and a master's on organizational leadership. Now, one of them told me anything about finances. So this is what I'm so passionate about. Hey, I want to learn what's working. Well, at least let me be the beta tester, the guinea pig, and I'll show you what doesn't work. So that's one of the things. Anything that I teach, I don't teach something that I just see or read or Google. I teach stuff that I actually tried on myself, and I know no don't work. So the things that don't work, I know it didn't work anymore. Just like when masterminds, that a lot of masterminds that I've been to, that I honestly they were just piece of work, a waste of time. But
Mhm.
those that actually taught me and put me in the right path to meet the right people, like I met you, and you know what, and all the other people that I have met, military or not military, that actually been a that what we call it, force multiplier
Yeah.
in my career in order for me to influence many more people.
Wow. That's, yeah, I find that that's one of the great things is that a lot of the biggest callings in life come from a person's own struggle, a person's own background experiences in life.
That's
So
right.
it's cool to hear that that's, where the calling comes from. It's like, you know, you saw a need, you came up through it, you just didn't want to go back. And so you figured it out for yourself. And that's something that, I don't know about you, and you're still in, so it's probably even more prevalent in your face, but
Yeah.
almost every military person I know lived from paycheck to paycheck. They knew the first and the 15th they were getting paid,
Yeah.
and they didn't need to make the money last. And so there was no investing in assets to help, create passive income. There was no, it was just living in the moment. And so if you could give a soldier, a veteran, anybody, honestly, but
Yeah.
a veteran in particular, or an active duty soldier, any advice about a slightly better way to use that paycheck every month, what would you say to them?
Well, slightly way. So one of the things is, guys, read. Um, One of the books that actually opened my eyes about investments, and we all heard about this one, is Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah.
So Rich Dad Poor Dad teaches you about the poor and the rich dad. Take some of that money, no matter what. If you were an E1, E2, E3, you were making so much less the year before, or the year before, even before you got promoted. Take some of that money and start investing it. There are so many vehicles out there. Now, the ones that I tell everybody to go for is real estate.
Hmm.
Real estate is something that I fell in love with because it works for you without you having to work for it. Now, in this case, too, not only residential, but multifamily real estate. Now, if you don't have enough money, look for that person, look for those mentors that could walk you through. Always find a mentor. You always want to find someone that's been through the road or to the path that you want to walk. Why? Because that's the person that is going to shorten the distance between point A to point B. And trust me, I'll tell you that because I learned it the hard way too. I try to do it myself. It cost me a lot more until I said, "Look, enough is enough. I need to pay." And I pay more for not listening to my old mentors or the people that actually said the same thing to me. But today, if you are in the military and you're still in the military, and if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you know what? Start saving some money. Start putting some money to the side. There's so many vehicles out there, but my vehicle, the vehicle that I advise everybody, is to go into real estate.
what about real estate above all things makes you go to it?
What about it? All right, so it is. If you see the word real, it's real estate.
Mm,
A lot of people have so many other vehicles when it comes to crypto
right.
stocks, and yes, there's stocks and bonds. I'm not. I don't. I don't specifically not know much about it, but I don't go that way. Why? Because when it comes to real estate, um, something that I have learned is that no matter what happened in the world, there's always going to have somebody that's going to live in your property. Now, if we're talking
Mm,
about residential real estate, you need to actually learn how to buy residential real estate because you could actually lose a lot. Now, real estate not only is residential or multifamily, you also have buildings. So let's say, for example, in early 2013 to 15, 16, I owned a couple gas stations. But in this case, I also owned the real estate under it. So
mm,
what I did, something that I did to this day, and it was very smart, and I learned this from President Trump, is that he owns the lands on a lot of his buildings.
mm,
And even though he sells the building, he still was called land lease a lot of these properties. So to
mm,
today, these two properties in Dayton, Ohio, I still own the land, but the actual building, the actual retail is owned by a different company. So which means that this is going to create, and why I love real estate is because it creates generational wealth.
yeah.
And what I mean by that is not the wealth that I'm going to create for myself, it's for my kids and my kids' kids. And that's what I love about real estate. It's not going anywhere. They're not
Yeah.
making any more of it. But if you grab a hold of it and know how to buy and keep it, and make sure that you've invested well, it's gonna feed you for a long time.
I love that. It reminds me of I forget exactly where it comes from. It was a book I had read. It might even be Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah,
But they talk about McDonald's
yeah,
and how everyone assumes that McDonald's is in the hamburger business. But really, McDonald's is one of the largest real estate holders in the world. Like,
uh-huh.
McDonald's is a real estate business. They own the land every single one of their franchises sits on. Like, they're real estate moguls. They moved far away from dollar cheeseburgers a long time ago. And
A long time ago.
it's awesome to hear that you're doing the same thing kind of with the gas station, having
Yeah,
that same mindset. Because obviously you don't become a $1 billion, $100 billion juggernaut like a McDonald's without
uh-huh.
knowing something. So that's cool. I
Correct.
kind of want to switch gears real quick. You know,
Let me add to that one. Not only McDonald's, but the Catholic Church.
that too. Yeah. Yep.
That's okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a proven business
Yeah.
model, right? Proven. Um, Another thing that I think would be really beneficial to touch on before we touch on your new system that you're launching to help existing businesses is
Got
what
it.
advice do you have for a veteran or who's looking to start a business? One of the things that I run into inside of Operation Veteran Freedom a lot is we have a veteran who is driven, who is hungry, who has a great idea,
Yeah.
but because of their time in service, their divorce, all the things that come with being a veteran sometimes, they don't have the ability to get a loan. They don't have the ability to find funding right away. Are there other options out there, like grants or something like that a veteran could look for?
Correct. So they are, and actually, that's something that I just sat down with a couple weeks ago because in the program, that's something that I'm going to specialize. I want to bring a lot of SBA. So SBA. So me going through the whole retirement, finding out that there are different ways, specifically and driven for military members, in order to get funding to start a business. Now,
Mm,
something that I advise everybody is the way that we usually go to, and I'll tell you this because I did it too, so don't do it, is when they want to start a business, they go the route of my personal credit. So something that we teach. So my company, we are the war investors, but at the same time, it's a branch of what's called credit assassins. Credit assassins, why? Because my mentality in the military, we snipe and assassin credit, and we teach you how to. So we're not a credit repair company, but we teach people how to do credit repair. So credit repair education, which is a course, and then within the course is called the Best Credit Blueprint. So it's a blueprint that I created for myself, but we tailor it for every person because credit is one of those things. It's just like a DNA or your fingerprint. It is specific to every person because we all come from different places in life and things happen to us completely different. Now, for a veteran to start a business, one of the main things that I tell them, look, and I could put this, and I'm going to send you a checklist that I give all of my clients, and I give it to you so you actually give it to your audience, is start a business today. If you know that you're about to get out, no matter what, start a business, because there are different points. And this is why we developed the software that we're about to come up with, is in order for you to put your new company in, just like an incubator, and the system of the software runs about 150 points of data. And it tells you specifically what you need to do in order to become lendable and fundable. Those are the two words right there, lendable and fundable. Why? Because the credibility that you have, if it, so many things that we don't know. Like a lot of people say, okay, well, I'm going to start a business from home. They come and they put the home address, the personal cell phone, or they so many other things that they do. And we'll talk more about that. And if anybody's interested, but that a bank, when they go in back and see, because they have the ability to check on your company, check with the registry in every state. That's another thing that don't listen to so many things you hear in Google and YouTube. I've seen so many videos, and what we do. If you go to a page and to a YouTube video, I debunk a lot of these teachings, and we post daily. So daily videos specifically in personal and business credit, but so many advices that they give people out there. But and again, we could go more in detail later on. But what I advise each veteran is, if you're trying to go in business, one, find your passion. Do not go everywhere, because if you chase two rabbits, you won't catch none. And that's what happened to me at the beginning too. I wanted to do so many little things that I wasn't concentrated in what I really wanted to do. So today I developed this passion for credit and to teach others, to help others, and to debunk a lot of things that are going on out there, and to make sure that people don't go through the same situation that I went through, because people took advantage of me in the past, all these credit repair companies. The last thing that happened to me was a friend of a friend charged me $600 to quote unquote fix my credit and took off with the money. So, I was fed up with that. So, you know what? I'm going to learn this. This is something that I'm going to learn. I'm going to create my own blueprint. And that's what I do. I'm going to start teaching this now, so I could debunk everything. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of credit repair companies that are still honestly and ethically out there, but there's a lot of people that are taking advantage of others. So start business, find out your passion, make sure you actually want one product, one channel. Concentrate on become a SME, subject matter expert on the field that you're trying to go into. And don't try to go everywhere, because I split mine doesn't allow you to go anywhere. Doesn't allow you to concentrate. Doesn't allow you to go deep or even become better at your craft.
I love it. I smiled because when you said when you chase your rabbits, you catch none. That is like probably my favorite phrase inside of OVF, because everyone's always so scatterbrained. They want to chase that shiny object. They're like, oh well, my buddy just invested in crypto. I'm going to take my ads spend this month and go invest in crypto. It's like, but you were this close to scaling your business, and now it's gone. So it's crazy.
And just to caveat to that, so this is how passionate I became about what I'm doing. Like, I started with real estate investment, and I'll swear by real estate, and I still invest into real estate. But I sold every piece of residential real estate. I took all of my earnings, and Grant Cardone, right? He's one of my mentors too. I invested all my money with him. I want to be cash poor, because I want to be hungry to make more and invest more. That's how you create your generational wealth. And I put all my money over there because I want to have no distraction on becoming the best at this. So when you say 100,000 hours, that's equivalent to 10 doctorates. Meaning that I'm learning this, and my team is learning this. And every day there's new things, like this new software. We found so many things out there that are wrong that we want to fix, that this is why we put a software that if we continue teaching this, you will forget what we teach you. So this is how many hours we have put into this, and this is what we want to put it into one place. So anyone that is interested in actually starting a business, start from the right with the right foot, and is able to become fundable. So the vision with our company is for us to impact more than 100,000 new businesses in order to develop or get between $1 billion to $2 billion of lending. So,
wow, that's insane. And you're getting tons of love in the comments. Looking to ask for mentorship, get paid while you sleep, getting tons of love for sharing your insights. And Matt's even saying, Greg Cordone's worth $5 billion, and it's Carlos's mentor. It's a powerhouse mentor for sure. Absolutely.
Actually, he just surpassed a 6.2. So I'm telling you,
slight increase.
Slight increase.
Let me ask you this. Say it might be a little bit morbid, but I'm sure being military, you get where I'm going with this. Yeah. Say you're on your deathbed and you're looking around at your loved ones and you're sitting there and they ask you, what I really want to find out from you is you're sitting on your deathbed and you look back at your life. What is the ultimate outcome that you could say, I did a great job. I accomplished what I set myself out here to do?
I was able to teach my kids that in order to accomplish wealth and success, you need to help others.
Drop the mic. Boom.
Yeah, that's my thing. I want to be able to be the true example to them, especially my sons, because they're going to carry my name, the Estrada Vega's name. And I want to make sure I show them that, hey, in order for you to really accomplish wealth, and wealth, it could be money, could be so many other things, but you need to impact people to the granular level to make sure that you impact them and influence in a positive way. So like that's the only way the legacy is going to be left behind, because that person's going to remember you. Because you could give somebody $1 million, $1 million will go away and they will forget about you as soon as the money goes away. But if you teach someone something today that they will forever carry with them, they will pass it on. And I guarantee you, they will say, I learned this from so-and-so. So your name will always carry on.
Yeah, that reminds me again, like of that old saying where it's like you die twice, once when you pass, and the second time is the last time someone ever mentions your name. And I think that's so powerful. So we only got about 3 minutes left on the call, brother. So I want to ask you, it goes by fast. It really does.
I know, man. I love this.
Let me ask you, you got this amazing software launching very soon.
Sure.
You don't have to give away any of the proprietary stuff behind it. Yeah. But, what could a business owner looking to get lendable and fundable look forward to joining this program?
Okay, so one of the main things, 12 things are they going to be able to find. They're going to be able to find if they meet all the compliance with the lenders, reporting trade lines to their business, and which trade lines will be best for them. The business credit scores. You'd be surprised how many people don't even know how to get their own credit scores, but not alone the business. Becoming bankable. So many things when I mean by bankable, meaning all the things that a underwriter will look in a bank. Pre-qualified for funding. We actually made the partnership, and we have all of these banks that will be able to show you how much they will be able to lend you. And the goal here is for every company to be able to get between $5 to $10 million for it to scale up or to start up. Local search rankings, search engine placements, reviews and ratings, social media engagements. You'd be surprised what many banks are actually looking for companies today when they are in social media. They want to know that you have a presence. They want to know that you are a real company and not somebody spamming. A NAP validation. NAP is one of the acronyms that actually goes into the government. Are you be validated? You have the SIC codes and the NAIC codes. So that's a lot of acronyms right there, but it's just a standard that every company should have with the banks in order to be lendable. Your MAP appearances and your owner's earnings. So there's a specific way that you want to be able to put the earnings that you make. A lot of times, and I'm going to give you a little nugget here for personal and business. When they ask you for your household income, a lot of people say, how much do I make? If you have your mom, brother, sister living with you, that is a household income. If together you guys make $500,000, that is a household income. Yeah, that's how you get also approved for higher credit cards and not the little baby boy credit cards.
Wow. That's powerful right there. And I'm sure there's going to be many people who rewatch this episode. So if
So,
someone wanted
and not to brag, but I just want to show you that it is possible. So 53 credit cards, no increase, and that's what we teach, and that's what we love to actually help a lot of veterans. So also we help a lot of veterans in which, to the point that they always get 75% on everything that we do, 75% off. So we actually teach one thing is called that we develop is called the 72-hour inquiry deletion, in which we teach you how to delete all your inquiries in within 72 hours.
powerful.
So, yeah.
Very powerful. If someone wanted to get a hold of you, I know Carlos has got a YouTube channel. I'll make sure there's links in the description, guys. He's dropping daily content, debunking myths, dropping the true wisdom, the true knowledge you need. But if someone wanted to reach out to you to get mentorship, to get some coaching, to join one of your courses, how would they reach out to you?
Definitely. So you go to either creditassassins.com, or what I'll do is I'll send you guys a free gift. It's called the Remastered Secrets Lenders List. What we did is we did a research of about almost 400 companies in the United States, and we have a 62-page book that we give out, but we're going to give it out to your audience. And in this case, what you're going to get is banks and creditors, where they pull from, what bureau they pull from, what's the credit score needed, and approximately how much you'll get a lending if you decide to actually go with them. It is a great option for you to have a game plan before you even apply for any credit cards, when you know that your credit score is actually higher in Experian and not in Equifax. So you want to go with the lenders that actually will lend you from Experian. So it gives you a snapshot behind the curtain, and in this case, behind the curtain of the banks. So you have a plan of attack. It's like playing chess, 8 moves ahead. You know what you're going to get without shooting blind in the dark.
Wow.
So I'll send it out. And once you guys go through that, you get it. Then you have the option to either schedule a call with me or one of my consultants, and we'll go from there.
Awesome. That's very generous of you, brother. Thank you so much. Right. Guys, if you want to get a copy of that from Carlos, make sure that once this video ends, you go down in the comments and you type in gift, and we'll make sure you guys all get a copy of that for tuning in. And brother, I just want to say before I address the audience, thank you so much for coming out. I learned a lot here today. It was great chatting with you. Great to catch up with you and connect more. I look forward to having you out again in the future and watching all that you're going to be doing with this new program. I know OVF is going to be signing up for it for sure, and making sure that we are fully fundable and lendable as well. And so just thank you so much.
All right, guys. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. And, God bless. All right. Have a great night.
Thank you. And so everybody else who's out there in the audience listening, watching, or here on the replay, whether you're listening on the podcast or you're here on YouTube where we do it live and video, thank you so much for being here. If you gained value here tonight, make sure you hit that like button, hit that little thumbs up for me. If you want to make sure you never miss a single episode, especially because we're going to be dropping even more here in the near future, smash that subscribe button, comment your biggest takeaway, and we will be seeing you guys very soon on the next episode of A Look Behind the Curtain with Chris. Have a fantastic night. Peace.